Hello, greetings, beloved human family. I am Gilles Mancillon. I thought I'd come and greet you today to wish you a wonderful day. Today is a new moon in Taurus, so it should be a moon that is very sensory oriented for new pleasures of the senses, new pleasure. It is very much 28 days of expansion within the realm of senses, anchoring the physical and enjoying the physical as much as possible. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what lies ahead for us, as the tarot may always be a mirror to certain things that needs to be said or come into consciousness. In essence, the situation for us is trust. Is to allow ourselves to trust, to go forward with whatever life is before us, and to know that whatever we are seeking is already on the way. The more we are able to trust, the faster things are, the ability for things to come are flowing much faster. The situation around that is somewhat opposing it. It's postponement. It means we trust, but we know that maybe there may be delay in relationship to what we seek. The delays are not an end in itself. It is just preparation. Once we are ready, we are able to move through the doorway, the pathway, the window. And so all things will come about. What we see before us is the ideal relationship, is the love, it is the harmony, the right choice, the balanced union of love. And so there is a great deal of potential that is here to be enjoyed and shared. In the subconscious level, what is below us, what has been in the distant past that may re-emerge, is the idea of the miser, the idea of lack. And lack is not part of our true nature. We have to let go of all these ideas of poverty, of lack, of separation, because all things life is abundant. But yet, if we hold within our consciousness this idea of lack, then we will create situation of lack. So all of this is in the past. It has been transmuted, and now we are moving towards a greater flowering of our energy once we let go of those ideas that we need to keep to ourselves all that we have, and so because what we have has been given to us, so we have, the more we are able to share what we have, whether it is material, spiritual, intellectual, emotional, the more of that will come to us as well. For life is a constant exchange of energy, and nothing is still. So what's happening right now is the card of laziness. It is someone who has achieved what he needs to achieve, and so he's become lazy in wanting to move forward. But life can never be still, like I just said. It is impossible. Life will always push us to achieve more, to do more, to expand beyond that which we have already achieved. And so it is good to be able to find security from the level of achievement that we have attained, but we have to be ready to face the unexpected, to face the unknown, to move beyond our comfort zone in order to achieve more. And what we will be coming into in that achievement is the realm of existence, the whole that is, the greatness of life. So it is a naked woman within with this lotus flower who's contemplating the whole of existence. So there is all kinds of magic that will be possible. Magic will be coming more, and magic is that which happened that is beyond the realm of the logical mind. There are things that can happen that was not expected or could not even be put together, but all of a sudden they are here. So you got to be open to the unexpected, positive unfoldment. What we are in this situation, we are slowing down, which is excellent. It is absolutely excellent to be slowing down, to take the time to review all that we need to review, to organize what needs to be organized, to move slowly but surely, because that is the surest way to attain any goal, is to move one step at a time, but not to try to leap too much, because if we leap too far away, we don't see where we're going to be landing, and sometimes we land somewhere that way. So by making small steps, we are able to see where we put our feet before we go. Although we need to trust that wherever we put our feet is where we will be supported, of course. What is around us in the surrounding is success. The world is reflecting us that success, and success will be more and more manifested on all kinds of levels. There will be all kinds of new level of success. Our inner emotion is still, we still have to deal with conditioning. It is this lion that believes he's a sheep, and so he follows the other sheep. And so I recommended in my in my French version, when I was asked to discuss politics, which is something that as a spirit being, I'm apolitical, but I am asked also to comment on what is going on, and so I was saying that it will be very difficult for me to vote for extreme right or extreme left, because to me those are not Republican parties, and so. In a sense, I ask if you have not yet read it, to avail yourself to a little book of an author that name is Eric Blair, more well known under the name of George Orwell, who's called The Animal Farm. For that explains the dynamism of extreme politics. And it's quite a wonderful book. It is very funny. If you feel really strong about that, and you want to discover more, you can investigate 1984. About 2/3 into the book, there is the book of Emmanuel Goldstein that explains all the conditioning, how and why things are being conditioned. It is quite a marvelous book. I can't really get into it, but it is very, very powerful. So we want to liberate ourselves from conditioning, move into the state of joy, and allow all those that remain in the conditioning to stay within the conditioning. They will liberate themselves when the time is right for them, but we do not need to follow the pack. We do not need to be moved by this collective energy. We want to find once we seek that separation from conditioning, we find the guidance, and the guidance will lead us to freedom. The guidance will lead us to greater empowerment. The guidance will lead us to greater joy. So the guidance is always right. Doesn't have to be always perfect, but it is perfect for what we need. So it is very much about following the intuition, allowing life to show us, to teach us, to guide us through the process. And the slower we go, the more we are open to receive that energy and to be clear about it. For what we have to overcome is duality, is the realm of duality. There is no... We want to move into a unity consciousness, but as long as we are between dark and light, good and bad, high and low, we will always be swinging with the pendulum. So we want to stop that pendulum, allow all those things to stop, and then find your freedom through the rebel. Is the emperor is broken the chain, is holding the torch of truth in his hand, and on his shoulder he's got the eagle, the messenger of heaven. So it is very much about coming into self-empowerment, understanding that the delays, there may be external force that will slow down the process. The more we are connected to the collective, the slower things go. The more you tune into your inner self, the faster everything goes. Yet we do not want to disconnect completely. We just want, when we are involved in our inner process, we do want to disconnect from all those illusions of the material world, so we are free to explore the higher planes. And then when we come back, we are no longer submitted, although there may be delays in certain plans. We are not as affected as we could be if we were not connected to this great pillar of light that offers us the opportunity of being always in the flow of a higher consciousness and always be inspired. For those things will come slowly. There is no such a thing as a process or program or an exercise that will work for everybody. We are all too unique for that, and so everybody has to come to the understanding that we all have to. We want to be non-judgment, but we also do want to respect our own preferences, our own ways. We do not want everything we do that just because others want us to do. We'll definitely put a stinge on our relationship. So we do want to be wholehearted in all our expression, to be as sincere as possible, to seek the key from within ourselves. For we do have the key. We all have different doorways and hallways and pathways and keys, but all of that is to be reached and found within ourselves. For humanity is going in many ways. Humanity is going through the dark night of the soul. Everybody is like going through these lower planes where they have to face all their shadows. I will return to the great Italian poet Dante Alighieri to comment on that later. what I wanted to say is that we need to be partners with life. There is no other choice. Life, no matter what life does, we want to be friend and partner with life. For God is the partner of life, and God essentially, once you make that partnership with God, life will get easier. For God has no limit on any level, except He has to adapt to our own consciousness in order to guide us and help us, and until the day we are able to become one. For in essence, in truth, life, God, you, it is only one and the same. For there is no, the duality only exists within this realm of reality, for it is an illusion. It is not easy to break the conditioning of that separation, but little by little we may gain space. The soul may gain more and more empowerment, and the ego will have less and less power. I wanted to say also, to answer a question that I had about coffee. Coffee for me is, like I always say, if someone who drinks a couple of liters of whiskey every day, even if he drinks coffee, there is no problem in drinking coffee. But when you get to a state where you find actually a certain calm and steady pace of soberness, then coffee, it's pure adrenaline, and so your cells are having a hard time find the peace. And so for me, stopping coffee takes only 3 days. I did it for 3 months last year. It was quite useful. The interest of doing that is that once we find more peace, and also we are able to release the blockages in the fourth eye, the well of dream. It's an energy center that we have at the back of the neck that allows us to enter into the Akashic records, the timelines, and all those things. For those things are important. I also wanted to say that in terms of psychic power, no psychic power can be given until life is sure that we will be using it for the greatest good of all. For there is amazing psychic power that will be revealed to all of humanity really soon, but we need to achieve that constancy in relationship to our own benevolence in relationship to life, because during the time of Atlantis, those psychic power were given to everybody, and humanity has self-destructed because of that. So now new level of control have been placed, but the DNA will open up when it's the time for it to do so. For we also have inner console, the console of light, the console of 9. There is all kinds of inner console that we'll learn to turn to in order to find and discover the certain guidance, wisdom. Also, I wanted to speak about my book. I've completed a book that I'm working on. It's quite finished, but in French. It's almost finished in French. I still have to be a bit of tweaking around the end, and I will be working on an English version. This book essentially is an initiation book that teaches human beings how to travel in space and interdimensionally without having to create machine like spaceships. It is a technique that was given to me in 1982 as I was living in Miami, and I've done hundreds of initiation. It works very well, and so in this book I explain all the protocols necessary for anyone who will want to gather in a small group and go through the experience. Everything is explained in this book, as well as many things about the law of one, about disclosure, about the history of the planet, the history of the Federation, all those things. There's many things I do not talk about in my videos because I know that those things will be released when the time comes, at the time when the book is released. After that, I will be opening a space travel agency. In essence, there will be 2 different aspects to that agency. The first one will be initiation center. It will be a place where a physical vortex has been set, where there will be an initiator that anybody can come for a very minimal fee for whatever. That doesn't need to spend millions, like going and putting your body into a rocket to send your body up in orbit. This will be very minimal. For in 1 hour, you can have an experience of interdimensional reality by going through that process of allowing yourself to teletransport into another dimension. And so those initiation center will probably come about around the world, as well as another branch which will be essentially focused on research and development. There will be more advanced people that will be more tuned, that will be used to that process, and so we will use those process to go into a higher dimension, to look for scientific information in order to retrieve that, bring it back to the Earth, and then find ways to apply it in order to discover new technology that will be both healthy and and non-destructive to the environment, both for the personal technology, environmental technology, and space technologies. For all those things will come about. For now, I still want this book to be very fluid, and so there is still a little bit of. I was rereading it. I hadn't touched it for like a year and so, and so I want to fluidify it, because Spirit also told me that this book will be useful for numerous generations to come, so that many people will use that information to liberate themselves from the conditioning of the program, and so it will be of great service to the planet. So I will be working on that. I'm going to complete whatever I have to do in French, and then I'm going to work on this English version, and then both versions will be able to, from those two versions, the translators will be able to find the appropriate meaning for any other language, I assume, I trust. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to show the painting behind me, but I'm going to sing a little song. It's a song of the Beatles that talks about going across the universe. It goes like this. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside the letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless undying love which shines around me like a million suns. They call me on and on across the universe. Jaguru Diva Om. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Jaguru Diva. Jaguru Diva. Jaguru Diva. Well, thank you very much for everything, for spending your time listening to my message, for sharing, commenting, subscribing, liking, for any exchange. I always appreciate exchanging with you. It's always nice to know that there is always those communications are always. I always appreciate them, always enjoy them. I wanted to share a little the image of a painting. It is the third of that series. There are three paintings I started in 2004 about the solar system and the 150 major planets of the solar system. This one was really difficult. I couldn't find any form that would stabilize it, but I think now it holds, it stands. I may change still things. I will know if I need to change anything in time. For now, everything is as an outer white coloring for both the symbol and the name of the planets. Like Jupiter. Saturn. Well, I just wanted to pass by and share that with you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I thank you very much. Namaste.